Hey, today I'm going to show you how to create an Apex theme. And I'm going to show you how to modify those files like the 9.9 image in Photoshop. It's really simple. And yeah, so the first thing you're going to do is download the Apex theme sample or Apex icon pack sample. But the icon pack sample basically is just an icon pack, and the theme sample themes the skin of your app drawer and all the colors and everything. And if you know how to make an Apex theme sample, you already know how to make an icon pack sample. So okay, once you download this, unextract it and just put it into a folder where you can find it. Then go to Eclipse, go File, New, Project, enter project from existing source. Next, browse, and then just find wherever you had the project. And mine's in here in this case, open. And what you can do now is copy projects into Workspace. What this does is basically it copies it into your Eclipse Workspace, the folder in your file. So let's say in case you delete this folder from in here accidentally, it will still be saved because it's in the Apex Workspace. And obviously you won't delete files from the workspace unless you really want to delete them. But this is just optional, so you don't have to do it. And in my case, I'm not going to do it because it's just going to duplicate with my other existing projects. Because one of them weirdly is named Apex theme sample, so I have to rename that and then just go from there. All right, just click finish. As you can see, it's right here. And what I usually do at first, I right click, refactor, rename, and just call it something. It's easier to find in the Package Explorer. So I'm just going to call this tutorial. Okay. And as you can see, it renamed it. Okay. So then you want to go to the Android manifest and change the package name to your own package name. So usually people use a reverse order of your domain name. For instance, mine is com.screenlicious. And the next thing will be the name of your theme or icon pack. So for mine, it's going to be tutorial. All right, so that's it. And for the version code, I usually like it to put it to 2, but you can put anything higher than 1. You can even put a few digits. And for the version name, you can, I usually put it 1.1 or 1.0.1, but it's up to you. So I'll just leave it by 1.1. All right. Yes. I'll close that. And then you want to go to res and then to values. And let's just start from the first, the colors. From down you can change basically a lot of colors, the draw background, tab text color, icon text color, widget size color. You can change the shadow color, the folder title and item color, the home screen icon text and outline, so you can change everything. And the thing is, if you're not familiar with Android color codes, they use 8 digits instead of, maybe you're just familiar with 6, like Photoshop has 6 values or digits. And basically what the first two do is it defines the transparency of the color. So FF is 100% solid, so it's not going to be translucent or transparent or anything. So I usually like to leave it like this, and you can find the complete guide on those two things online. Alright, so close this. I'm not going to change anything, you can. Also, if you replace your color, make sure you just replace starting from the 3rd digit. Alright, then go icon pack. And what this does is it defines the icon pack in your theme. So, you know, let's say you want to replace manually an icon from at the home screen, you usually long press it, then edit, choose from icon packs, and that's where these icons are from. So let's say you name your Dropbox icon Dropbox box. Your icon name when you save it from Photoshop is Dropbox. So now you just have to write Dropbox there, and it will show up in your icon selector. And just do this with all the icons you made, and just exit and then save it. Now let's go to strings, and what this does is it defines your theme name, your developer name, your website, and the description of your theme. And you obviously you change that to your information, and it's really simple, so I don't really need to explain this. And the theme setting is basically, let's say you make a theme, but you don't want people to access the icon pack, you know, what I just explained, when they manually want to replace an icon on the home screen, and you don't want them to select it from your icon packs. You just change this to false, and they won't be able to access the icon pack. But usually, and you can just do the same thing with Apex skin, so to prevent the theme to prevent the skin from being themed. But usually I like to put all of them on true, because why would you disable people to access the icon pack? It makes no sense. Alright, just save it and then exit out. And this is the wallpapers part, and you can add as much wallpapers as you want, but you have to define them obviously. And just save your wallpaper in Photoshop, and then copy this, enter, paste it, and then just name it whatever you named your wallpaper after. So maybe you name it wall 1 or wall-09, whatever you want. And this is the default wallpaper. When people apply your theme, this is the default wallpaper that would get set if on the home screen. So out of all the wallpaper, the whole wallpaper list, you can choose one that gets applied. Very simple. And then from here to here, I'll be showing it to you in the file itself because it's simpler. Alright, let's go here and go to res, and let's start with drawable HAPI. So basically what you can find here is the feature image that shows up above your description when people want to apply the theme. So you just change it to your own, and this one we basically can delete. And this is the icon that shows up in installation when people install your skin. And this is the icon back. Basically it's the image that shows for unthemed icons. So if you have an unthemed icon, this will be at the back, the icon itself will be on top. The icon mask will, let's say it's a square, it will shape it as a square. Let's say you don't have the icon back, but you have an icon mask, and you want all the icons to be, let's say, triangular. You just make the shape triangular, and the icons will appear to be triangular. And the icon upon is maybe like a glare. Basically, the icon back is here, then the icon is in the center, and this is above the icon and the icon back. It's like a glare or anything. And these are the previews. You can change it with your own screenshots. Now let's go to LDPI. It basically just contains the same icon then in HDPI, MDPI as well. And the icon size for LDPI is 36 by 36. MDPI is 48 by 48. HDPI is 72 by 72. And XHDPI is 96 by 96. I'll be putting it in the description or in the video so you can refer to it if you have troubles finding it. Let's go to NoDPI, and this contains your wallpapers. So I'm going to explain what this does and this does. This is the main wallpaper, as you can see. You can basically make it any size you want, or yeah, any size you want. Okay, it seems to be loading. Alright. Okay, it doesn't work, but you get what I mean. And this is the thumbnail. You know, whenever you apply wallpaper in ice cream sandwich or jelly bean, you choose the wallpaper and there's a small thumbnail. You don't have to have it, but it's always useful to have it. And yeah. And let's go here and draw with XHAPI. And this is where actually the fun starts, where you can change the skin overall and everything. And this is also the folder where all your icons go, all the icons you want the other applications to be themed after. And I recommend that you start with the 144 by 144 size, because it will automatically downscale to any other resolution like MDPI, LDPI, HDPI, and 144 by 144 is XX HDPI for devices such as HTC One or Galaxy S4. It's the highest resolution right now for these devices, and it will, yeah, as I said, it will automatically downsize. You don't have to duplicate all the icons for different folders. And let's say you start at 72 by 72, it won't like upsize. So yeah, and people are gonna complain because it won't work with their phone. It's gonna look weird. So yeah, I just suggest you start with that size. Basically, you can just edit anything here, but you have to be careful with the .9 images. If you edit those, you cannot remove the black bars, otherwise it won't work or it won't show. And I'll just show you an example how I usually theme mine. And people keep saying, oh, it doesn't work with Photoshop, you can't do it that way, but it has worked perfectly fine with me, so I always do it like this. So you just open it. Okay, it doesn't work. I don't know why it doesn't work. Never mind, let's just drag it into Photoshop then. Right. As you can see, now I dragged it in there. And it looks like this when you zoom all the way in. And right. So now what you want to do is you want to select what's inside the black bars. So you just select it, right click, layer via cut, and from then on you can go to right click, blending options, color overlay, and you can change it to basically any color. Yeah, just don't save it as black because it will be the same in the bars, and then I'm not sure if it's gonna work or not, but I usually never do it. If let's say you want this line not to be shown on the app drawer because it's blue, so what I usually do is I let's say my drawer background is white. I'm just change the color of this to white. It obviously won't show because it's the same color in the background. So let's just make it pink. Right. So now when you want to save it, you can either copy the name here, command copy, or you can just save and then refer to this after. But this is simpler, so and then just save it, PNG, save. Alright, and then you save it. And make sure when you define the title, .9.png is still there. If the 9 is not there, it won't work. Yeah. You can change everything, and also make sure if you make these icons, I forgot. If you make these icons, these are, I think right now 96 by 96. Don't make them in 144 by 144, otherwise they will be cut off when you choose the Apex shortcuts. So just make sure they're in the right resolution or size. Yeah, basically these are all the things. And what I usually do to identify which does what, let's say I change the color of this to red and leave everything else, and I package it up, I export it and store it on my device, and I look around what changed, and if I find whatever that's changed with the red color, I know what it does. So that helped me a lot. Now I basically pretty much know what everything here does. And yeah, that's about it. Yeah, and then when you're done, oh yeah, and here you can add the theme font. You can add any font, but I recommend, let's say you make it paid or even free, don't use a font use a font that you know you can use for commercial or sharing without a license or anything. And once you have the font, just drag it in there and delete this. And you have to rename the font to themefont.ttf. That's all you have to do, and then it will change the font. And yeah, and when you update the app, just make sure that the version code and the version name is higher than what it is now. Otherwise, you get an error in the Play Store. And yeah, I think that's about it. Oh, so you have to also change the source name to the same than your package name. So you just go source, right click it, refactor, rename, com screen shares dot tutorial. Now it's the same than you manifest, and it won't give you an error when you export it. So yeah, I guess we're done then. See you. Oh, there's one more thing I forgot. How to show you basically how the app filter works. So you just go to XML app filter. Basically, what you have to do here is define the icon that has to be changed with your icon. So basically, you want to just copy this, and you can delete the pre-code here. You don't need this. Right. So you have to get the activity name of the app you want to change, and make sure the activity has dots and a slash. Otherwise, it won't work. And then change it to your icon type name. So from my case, like just now, it's going to be Dropbox. Dropbox. Right, and then you just search the activity name for Dropbox, and you can use two methods. There's an app called Quick Shortcut Maker. You can search activities from your apps you have installed, but then there's a site called activities.droid icon or something. I'll be putting it in the description, where you can find apps, maybe paid apps that you don't have installed, so you don't have to buy them, and just to get the activity name. And that's really simple, and just do it down there, all this. And what I usually do is for easy navigation, I label everything, not label, but I put alphabets there. So you just do that, A, and then I copy it, and I go and I do like a B, and I just fill every application that starts with a B or an A or on a Z or M in here in these corresponding places, right? And here you can scale the icon, but I usually leave it to 1.1. Right, so that's it. See you.